people of the world, let's talk about The BriGAYde, issue number 4. This is published by Class Comics. It was written by Abner Filigree, and it was illustrated by David Cantero. What is The BriGAYde, or more specifically, should I say, who is in The BriGAYde? I did 3 previous videos on the other issues to this series. Check those out when you get a chance. But long story short, it is a superhero team in the Class Comics universe. It resides in Gateway City. The previous superhero team was Guardians of the Cube, which they disbanded, so this is somewhat like the new team that came in. There's a couple storylines going on in the background, some of which are starting to come to the foreground. Major spoilers ahead, so proceed at your own caution. Oh yeah, there's a lot of gay sex going on in this book. I mean, I feel like I need to say that even though it is Class Comics and everyone should know that, but just in case. One of the villains that's been around since the first issue is a really creepy character called the Stickman. He's able to control other men, and in doing so, he has them do sexual live feeds on the internet. And a member of the BriGAYde, Golden Boy, was being used in these videos, and he had no idea that it was happening. And in this issue, Officer Spot, who happens to be a humanoid dog who was introduced in the Annie Male storyline, investigates this. But unfortunately, even though he is teaming up with Golden Boy, both of them fall under the control of Stickman. Another storyline taking place involves Dr. Oliver Solando, who's trying to keep the peace between the mayor, who happens to be Ann Levin, and what's going on with the BriGAYde, specifically with one of their members, who happens to be Devilhound. Solando is somewhat like the mentor of the team, and he'll do anything, literally anything, in order to keep the team going. Like anything. And the reason Solando is doing this is because Devilhound does have some evil background to him. Speaking of him, he's also having an affair with the villain known as Jon Dazy, which the rest of the BriGAYde finds out about in this issue, and that just causes all kinds of trouble. But the main storyline going through the entire series has to do with Abner Filigree. He's an evil mayoral candidate that hates all minorities, especially the LGBT community. He's employing the sinister Reverend Freely, which he has the powers to turn gay people into conservative heterosexuals. But more importantly, in this issue, we find out at the very beginning that he's actually taking orders from Bob, also known as Beelzebub, the devil of the Class Comics universe. Somewhere along the way, he was able to capture another Class Comics character known as Demos. That's another story we'll just put to the side for the time being. And one last thing, Devin De Silva, also known as Legend, who's part of the BriGAYde, was captured by Reverend Freely and changed over into being a straight guy. At least that's the cliffhanger at the end of this issue, and holy crap, it is a huge cliffhanger. So, loving this series so far. I mean, we're really getting a lot of issues to the storyline, and everything is enveloping at a very slow but moderate pace so that the reader can keep up with everything and be invested with the characters, so you are genuinely concerned about their well-being. So very cool, and I'm glad that other storylines from other comic books are intersecting with this. Being that this is sort of like the superhero team for the Class Comics universe, I do feel as though they should be intersecting with all of these other comics. Great artwork too. I'm a huge fan of David Cantero. I'm a patron on his Patreon site. And since Abner Filigree is the writer for this comic and many other superhero comics in the Class Comics universe, it is also nice to see that he's able to kind of just put all of them together. At the end of this book, there's several different sketches and bios on a lot of different characters. If you're interested in reading this in its entirety, you want to go to classcomics.com and you can download a digital copy from them. With that, that's the end of my video. If you haven't done it yet, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification button so you know that I have future videos coming out. Also, hit the like button if you like this video. Check out my Patreon site when you get a chance. Check out my social media sites, my websites, and everything else out there. Peace, love, namaste, and I'll see you later. Thanks. There was a point where it looked like Dr. Solando was going to start having sex with a woman in this issue, and I was thinking to myself, wow, this is a gay comic book, so this guy will literally do anything in order to keep his team going.